Going to be a licensed therapist one day, and since people said I need therapy, I guess I'll ask. Yes, go ahead and yeah, ask away. We are a safe, accepting chat, and if you feel the need to, there is an anonymous Google form if you feel a little uncomfortable talking in Twitch about it, you know. But yes, talk about what you need. Obviously, I can't provide all the answers. I really can't, but I just believe that support is the best medicine. Is it okay for someone to be alone? Yes. Are you talking about relationship-wise, friendship-wise, just in general? All of it. Yeah. I think it's really hard to have feelings of loneliness. I think we are social creatures, 100%. I think we need people. But in the same sense, you can't always be with those people. You need to have a balance between being alone with yourself and bonding with others. It has to be a perfect balance, because you can't have one end. You can't have one end where, you know, you're always alone, because then you're just gonna feel lonely. And that's the nature of it. And if you're on the other end and you're spending way too much time, you're going to be dependent on those people. Really dependent. And when you are alone, finally, after being dependent on those people, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And that's what a lot of people, that's what happens in a lot of relationships, is these people, they almost like stop becoming individuals, and they just rely on their partner so much that they just, that's just what happens. And, you know, it's okay to be alone sometimes and try to find yourself as a person. But then again, life has to be a balance. Life has to be a balance. It's all right to be alone, but not forever or for long periods of time. Agreed. Like, if you avoid everyone purposefully. Yeah, I think if you're avoiding people purposefully, I would have to ask, like, why do you feel like you don't want to socialize with others? You could probably start to see changes, because you have to recognize it first. That's the first step into figuring out your emotions and why you act in a certain way. Because humans are such complex pieces of flesh and bone and spirit. We are just such a complex species, and you know, we have all these tools within us that we just don't understand and we can't unlock. Like, oh my gosh, I've been. If you guys don't know him, Wim Hof. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Oh my gosh, that dude is absolutely spectacular. He hiked up Mount Kilimanjaro in just shorts. He's just the ultimate, like, cold dude who just unlocked this human potential that is deep within inside us. We're just such complex creatures. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me catch up on chat. Like, for example, I was in a relationship for about 6 years through high school and past it. The person felt like home, but then suddenly disappeared after what she did. Yeah. Again, life's about balance. Do you think you were codependent on that person? It's almost like you're avoiding being alone yourself. If you're just with someone 24/7 and you feel like you need them in order to feel a sense of happiness and a sense of individualism, you know, because a lot of people who are in long-term relationships, frog. I love frogs. Because people who are in a long-term relationships, they can get out of it sometimes and, like, they're just totally in shock. They don't know how to be alone. So basically, I just need to balance my life with spending time with others and time for myself. Yeah, just do half and half. When I'm with people, I always try to make time for myself. And when I'm with myself, I always try to make time for people. I was dependent with most of my girlfriends and boyfriend and girlfriend, GFs and BFs. Yeah, it's definitely not a great thing to be codependent. It's really not. You need to have a sense of self, honestly. If you guys ever get into a relationship, make sure that the other person kind of has their life together. You know, they have an ability to be separate, I guess. Have a life on the outside that is separate from yours. Yes, and also too, again, life has to be a balance. It has to be somewhat separate, but also you need some things in common and whatnot. Maybe it's just the trusting and letting people in part. Yeah, that's big. Trusting others is something that's very, very tough to do. It's something that's so hard to do. We live in a world where it's just so easy for people to go behind each other's backs and not be honest and whatnot. And it's really quite sad. because I'm no suffer where I crave to be alone, but when I meet someone, all I want to do is be with them. One moment, they make me feel like I matter, but once we are apart, seems like they lied to get what they wanted. I feel like a lot of it has to do with, and it kind of circles back to about loving yourself. It's you have to be okay with yourself, and you have to be okay about yourself first to be like, I am happy with where I am. And, you know, adding someone else to my life, it's just going to make the experience of life even greater. It's not that before, on the other hand, it's like where life wasn't great before, because it was. But with this person, it's going to be even more fun and entertaining. And so that's the thing. But it all starts with loving yourself and being okay alone.